issued to Christopher Okello Omutemu. The report.
What do you mean by genuinely issued? Are you talking about authentic?
Yes, they are genuinely issued.
Okay.
The report further indicated that they had any knowledge about his mental health. My Lord, before me is a copy of a letter that I drafted for the signature of my supervisor, dated 9th April 2026, addressed to the Permanent Secretary, Minister of Foreign Affairs. The next document is a response from the Embassy of United States of America, dated 13th of April 2026. It's addressed to the Inspector General of Police.
Does it bear a reference?
Yes, my Lord. The reference is a response to a request for information to support investigations Vide Gava CRB 026/2026.
Before you made this request to Internal Affairs, had you investigated by any other source the travel history of the accused person?
Yes, my Lord. By the time I drafted this request, we had already recovered the passports of the accused.
Had you established anything from his passports?
Yes, my Lord. We established that as
So?
myself, I established through his passport that the accused had moved in and out of the country.
How did you establish that?
My Lord, I checked through his passport and I was able to see the entry and the exit stamps.
What did you specifically focus on
My Lord,
in examining his passport?
in examining this passport, I particularly picked an entry stamp at Entebbe Airport, which showed that the accused entered Uganda on 1st of November 2025.
Are you in position to identify that for court in the passport that you are referring to?
Yes, my Lord. When
In which passport?
passport number A,
Give us the exhibit number.
Exhibit number.
PX11A.
Yes. What did you observe? PX11A.
On this passport is where I observe an entry stamp dated 1st of November 2025 at Entebbe Airport. My Lord, it's in page 8.
Page 8, okay. You may return that page to the court and the other passport also.
Kola ku butuuze okufuluma eggwanga n'okuyingira bikwasa ku kuyingira eggwanga okututegeeza ku byafaayo bya kutambula kwa Onyom Christopher Okello eyali alina passport ya USA era enamba tugimuwa era bwe twamaliriza twaweebwa okuddibwamu ng'ekwaliko ng'ennaku z'omwezi 7 omwezi ogw'okuna mwaka 2026 ng'era okuddamu kwali kuwandiikiddwa Jebbi Kambere eyali akolanga acting chief akola ku by'okuyingira n'okufuluma eggwanga.
I beg your pardon, my lord.
How did you participate in the process of handling the phones etc recovered from the accused?
Yes, my lord.
What did you do?
My lord, I gave instructions for the phones to be submitted to forensics for imaging and extraction of information that could be of evidential value to the case in matter. I mean a case in point here.
How did you give those instructions?
Those instructions, some I gave verbally and some I gave through minutes in the file.
Other than that?
Other than that, my lord, I gave instructions, like I earlier on said, to an officer by the names of Detective Inspector of Police, Mpamizo Agure.
The rank?
Detective Inspector of Police.
And the name?
Mpamizo Agure.
What were the instructions?
I instructed him to proceed to court, swear an affidavit, to secure court orders, to enable us inspect and extract bank statements from the accused's bank accounts. I also told him to get a court order for purposes of obtaining a KYC, mobile money printout, call data printouts of the accused's telephone number.
James, why did you cause these investigations?
My lord, I caused this investigation because I wanted to find out what to establish the lifestyle of the accused person we are dealing with. My lord, also in my instructions to Mpamizo, I instructed him to take note of the call that the accused person made to a police emergency line. When he extracts the call data, he analyzes it and look for that record of that call.
Are you aware that the information you got from him influenced his writing the plain statement from the suspect?
What's the question?
Are you aware the information you got from the suspect together with Mr. Otube influenced his recording the plain statement from the suspect?
So you're saying that the information on the plain statement was influenced by the earlier conversation? Is that
Yes.
what you're saying?
Yes, my lord.
My lord, Atube is a police officer.
Afande, I
He is-
asked you
he
a
is
question.
a detective
Afande, first answer my
and
question.
an investigator. So his presence when I was interviewing the suspect, I think all I know, first of all, is lawful, and I don't think the statement he recorded was influenced in any way, if I have got counsel's question very well.
Afande, that's the question I asked you. Was he influenced or not?
He was not influenced.
So will I be correct before taking the plain statement? He had information about the suspect already.
Atube listened to the
Will
interview.
I be correct? Tell me yes or no. Will I be correct? He had information before writing the statement. Fande, you are right.
Yes, you will be correct because
Okay.
he was there when I was interviewing.
Listen to
the
the next
accused.
question. Afande, you said you went to his house
Yes, my lord.
and you found no mattress.
Yes, my lord.
Will I be, it is very very unusual for somebody not to have a mattress in his house. Will I say it is very unusual?
Did that come through his evidence about the mattress?
My lord, it's in his plain,
But
it's
then
in
you
his
don't-
statement.
You're introducing some strange evidence. It is not on the court record. So if you have to bring something and you seem to be making reference, then you first introduce that information.
Thank you, my lord. I therefore pray that my land colleague gives him the police statement. The second last line, the third last line of your statement. Have you seen the word no mattress?
You are talking of the last page of my statement?
It is the second last page of your statement. Then the
Second last, or
second last, okay, second last page.
Second last page, yes.
Then the third last line.
Yes, my lord, I see it.
You have seen no mattress.
Yes.
Will I be right to say it's very unusual somebody to rent a house without a mattress to sleep on?
It may appear unusual,
Okay.
but that is the fact or the truth I found on ground.
Afande, what is your experience in investigation? How many years have you spent in investigations?
My lord, I have 5 years experience in investigation.
Okay. In your experience and wisdom of investigations, is it usual for somebody to commit this kind of murder in broad daylight for purposes of sacrifice?
Yes, it is possible.
Is it usual?
It is possible.
Okay, how many? In your 5 years of experience, how many have you come across the offenses committed in that day, broad daylight, in that nature?
My lord, in my 5-year experience in investigation, this is the first case of this nature,
Okay, afande.
However, there are other cases where people have been murdered that have previously handled.
Funded, there are some unique documents that are on court record already. Certificate of good conduct, document from the Embassy of America saying is of normal mental status and has no criminal record. I do believe that if somebody is issued with a certificate of good conduct, he has no criminal record. Is that true?
That may appear true.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, you are the IO of this matter. Is that right?
I supervised the investigations.
That means you are part of the IOs.
Yes, my lord.
Okay. Will I be right to say that there is information this person spent some month, 8 to 9 months in Butavika when he was receiving treatment?
Yes, that information is there.
Okay.
Period of how long?
8 to 9 months.
That's Butabika Mental Hospital?
Yes, my lord. Will I be right also to say that you are in possession of information that between 2016 to 2025, he had episodes of mental illness?
No, my lord. I am not in possession of such information.
Since you are part of the investigators, did you get an opportunity to look at PF 24?
Yes, I did.
Did you read?
I read through it.
And you believe that information is not there?
The information is there, and I believe the author of the information was before this court, and he explained that report, my lord.
Therefore, fund. So will I be right to say that if you read that PF 20 fund, you find that information, you are in possession of the information?
The medical form is there.
Yes,
And
I found answer the question.
Yes, the information is there.
So I want to put it to you that it was wrong for you to say you are not aware. Let us continue. Since you are IO, there are many other statements that the accused wrote. Are you aware that that statement is still lacking in his plain charge and caution statement and other statements from other officers? Fande, say yes or no. You are not aware.
Maybe I need to read this statement and confirm, because these statements were taken by different officers.
That is true, but
Yes.
I want to tell you that they are not there. We continue.
Okello yakola statement.
But in an extrajudicial statement that he made before a magistrate, he apologized.
We haven't reached there. I will ask you about the extrajudicial statement.
Of course,
Wait
you
for
are
question.
quoting all the statements he made.
I say the charge and caution plain statement. Okay, if you think he apologized at the time you were questioning him, did you have any proof as to his health status?
At that material time, no.
Okay. You said in court here that he had a police line to call. Is it in your statement, that line?
No, it is not.
Did you read his plain statement? Will I be right? It's also not there.
I read through his plain statement.
It is not there. Isn't that true? Afande, we have many other witnesses. Answer. Kindly answer.
It may be true.
So you want court to write it may be not true.
Officer, please answer the question. Does it appear in the plain statement of Mr. Okello, that issue of the police line? It's a simple question.
My
that you
lord.
can answer.
Are you aware or you are not aware? Please, we want to continue. You may not be aware.
My lord, for now, I may not be so sure whether it is there or not.
Okay, Afande, will I be right to say that a knife or knives are domestic common tools at home?
Yes, you're right.
And you also confirm that the suspect told you he has or is intending to do agriculture in Noya district.
Yes.
Afande, do you know the importance of lifting the suspect's fingerprints?
Yes, I do.
Manya obukulu bw'okuggyako avunaanibwa ebinkumu.
Are you aware that yesterday we were told that was not done?
Lifting the suspect's fingerprints?
Yes.
Counsel, you
From
rephrase
what?
the question.
From what?
My lord, I'm asking him, is he aware that somebody came here yesterday and said the suspect's fingerprints were not lifted?
You are not lifted from what?
To go and examine whether he interacted with the items they are talking about.
Specifically, which item?
My lord, they recovered many items at the scene of crime,
And specifically,
at his home.
okay, specifically, which item are you talking about?
My lord, it could be the dead bodies, the children he cut, they allegedly cut, the knives, the clothes, all that they talked about.
My lord, as far as the exhibits that were recovered at the scene is concerned, all of those exhibits were properly processed. Where lifting fingerprints was needed, it was done. Swabs were taken, and all of those exhibits were submitted to forensics for analysis, including samples from the accused person.
Kubikwatagana ku bizibiti ebyasangibwa mu kifo ewazibwa omusango byonna byagobererwa emitendera egyetaagisa era n'okutwalibwa mu bakugu abeekebejja ebizibiti era n'ebinkumu ebyali byetaagisa byabaggiwaako nga kojjeeko n'okujja kwavunaanibwa.
Afande, in your 5 years of experience plus wisdom, in case the fingerprints of the suspects were not lifted, would that be dangerous to your case?
Lifted from where, my counsel?
I'm talking about his fingerprints. I hope you know it.
My lord, fingerprints are taken depending on whichever purpose you require them for.
I'm asking.
For example, when we arrest people and we take people into our custody, whoever enters into our custody are always fingerprinted.
Afande,
Secondly, when an offense happens and we visit scenes
Afande, I
of
will
crime,
look for that explanation from you, but first answer the question.
I am
Kindly, I look for that explanation. I look for that explanation. And we are going there, but answer this question. Kindly, can you answer the way I put it to you?
Can you repeat the question?
Will I be right to say, in case his fingerprints were not lifted, it is dangerous to your case, in your wisdom and experience?
You've understood the question.
Yes.
That failure to extract fingerprints or lift is detrimental to your case.
yes,
You answer that question.
yeah, it is.
Okay, we continue.
Nkimanyi bulungi nti obutajja binkumu ku muntu akwatiddwa bateeberezebwa okuzza omusango kiba kya bulabe ku musango oguba gunoonyezebwako.
During the arrest of the accused person, some drugs were recovered from his bag.
Do you remember him or in your file telling you that the previous day he had a lot of pain?
No.
Fanda, have you prepared another eye outcome? Since you are part
That is
of
not
it.
his. That is not his. It is for the prosecution.
Much obliged, my lord. Afande, since you are in possession of statements about his mental status, did you find it prudent or necessary to visit Butabika Hospital and come up with information regarding him?
My lord, at the onset, after the arrest of the accused,
First answer the question,
First answer
Afande.
his question, then he can give an explanation.
no, my lord.
Will I be right to say that you don't know that the justice of this case demands so?
My lord, I am aware of that, and the accused was subsequently examined, and the medical report is on record.
Ekyo nkimanyi bulungi era avunaanibwa yeekebejjebwa era n'ebbaluwa z'abasawo kweziri ku fayiro. Avunaanibwa yakola statement ye ku poliisi nga 4 omwezi ogwokuna mwaka 2026.
And do you remember that it was taken before the doctor on 7th April 2026?
Yes, my lord.
Era nzijjukira nti avunaanibwa yatwalibwa ow'omusawo nga 7 omwezi ogwokuna mwaka 2026.
So, will I be right to say that the time he recorded the statement and interacted with you, nobody knew his health status, especially the mental?
My lord,
Will I be right? First answer the question, then you
He's
go.
addressing the court.
Much
He's
obliged.
addressing the court, and you are not allowing him to answer.
Much obliged.
my lord, in practice, not every person whom we take a statement from, that we first start by examining them to ascertain their mental status.
Okusinziira mu ngeri gye tukolamu si buli muntu akwatibwa nti tusooka kumutwala kwekebejjebwa kola ya bwongo bwe nga tetunnamugyawo statement ye.
So it is true his statement was taken before examination.
Yes, as it is.
Ekituufu avunaanibwa yaggibwako statement nga tannaba kutwalibwa kwekebejjebwa mu ddwaliro.
Afterwards, did you discover that the suspect you are dealing with had sickle cell?
Yes,
Afande, Did you read his charge and caution statement?
Yes, I did.
Will I be right to say that you came across a statement saying, I returned to Uganda because I was distressed mentally and physically?
I do not recall that particular phrase.
Would you wish to go there?
My Lord, again, I will seek for your indulgence. If I understood counsel well, is cross-examining on charge and caution statement, my Lord. He has not laid any background as to whether the witness understands is the recording officer and the extent of his involvement in that particular statement, my Lord, that requires a well-elaborate process to prove its content. My Lord, the charge and caution statement is evidence subject to formal proof and cannot be casually traversed. Not even in cross-examination, my Lord, we believe, except if it is established that the witness is the recording officer. So we object to that line of cross-examination.
2, before asking him that very question, he told me he read it. My Lord, cross-examination, you can ask any question related to the offense. Father, my Lord is a police officer, and that's why that file is called police file. That is why he cannot escape that question. I pray that he answers it.
You wish to rejoin, Mr. Mwaganya?
Mere reading of documents does not make a witness competent to comment. The procedure, my Lord, that is required is, if a witness is to be compelled to answer to a document, then the necessary background, my Lord, has to be established as to the nexus, as to the connection of the witness to the document. My Lord, the rules of cross-examination cannot dispense with the process, the legal process required to be followed in traversing charge and caution statements. In fact, my Lord, with due respect, asking this witness to answer to the content of a charge and caution statement without establishing that he is the recorder would be at most a solicitation of hearsay, my Lord, unless it is established that it is his statement as a recorder.
Recording of charge and caution statements and also tendering in the evidence of the charge and caution statement, especially if it leads to confessions. The said charge and caution statement, whose contents the defense seeks the witness to read to the court to form part of the court record, has not been admitted on the court record. I find that reading out the contents of that statement to the court at this stage is irregular, The defense can wait for the prosecution to bring the author of the charge and caution statement, in which case they will cross-examine him, and in the event that the prosecution does not call that author, it is still within the power of the defense to have this witness called in as a defense witness in the event that this court finds a case to answer against the accused person. For that reason, let's cross-examine on other areas, but not on the confession or lack of it.
Much obliged, my lord. Afande, you said that you interacted with the suspect.
Yes, my lord.
Again, nti wayogezanya ne Okello.
Are you in possession of information from the suspect? The fact that while he was renting in the US, the landlord chased him because he was using substances or drugs.
No. He did not give me such information, my lord.
Teyantegeezaako nti landlord we yali apangisa mu America nti yamugoba kuba yali alina byakozesa.
Afande, would I be right to say you never read the whole of that file?
My lord, I read this file.
File eno nagisoma.
Will you find it comfortable if I told you to check for that statement in that file?
You specifically point out at a document that you're interested in, because if we are going to let him read through this whole file, what time shall we leave this place? Specify the document you want him to look at.
My lord, let me leave it at that. My lord, at this point, I rest cross-examination.
Okay, thank you. Any re-exam?
Yes, my lord, just on, I think, one area. The defense has asked you as to whether you included the statement in your testimony about the accused telling you the consequences of his actions, and you said it was not in your own statement. Do you get my background? Are you following me?
I have not understood you, my lord.
Okay. I'm saying you have been asked by the defense as to whether you included the phrase that the accused told you that he knew the consequences of his actions, and you said that particular phrase is not included in your statement. Yes?
Yes, my lord.
Why is it not? Why didn't you include it in your statement?
My lord, during the course of investigations, I undertook a lot of tasks and assignments, which some of them may necessarily not be in my statement. But I took them, or I did.
Mu kiseera ekyokunoonyereza naweebwa obuvunaanyizibwa bungi obw'enjawulo era ne mbukola, era ebimu biyinza obutabaamu mu statement yange.
My lord, that's all.
Okay, I just want to ask him a few questions. Officer,
Yes, my lord.
just something about the home that you visited and searched.
Yes, my
On
lord.
the search certificate, Exhibit 11, it is indicated as a house stroke room. So was it one room? Was it a big house? Help
It is-
me understand.
It is one room.
Amaka ge twagenda ne tukebera yali nzigo gumu.
And is it just alone? Are there many other rooms in one enclosure?
Yes, there are many other rooms, and this particular one was the last room at the edge of the building.
Waliwo emizigo emirala mu kitundu ekyo naye nga ogwo n'avunaanibwa gwe gwali gusembayo.
And where did you find the knives specifically?
The knives, some were found on a kitchen sink, kind of a sink.
Obwambe obumu bwazuulibwa ku sinki nfumbiro.
Others were recovered in a wardrobe.
Obulala bwazuulibwa mu wardrobe.
And there are some that were recovered in a suitcase.
Era obulala bwasangibwa mu suitcase, era mu keesi eterekebwamu ebintu.
Okay, Mr. Kumbuga, any questions from my asking?
No, my lord.
And none from us, my lord.
Officer, thank you so much. It's been a heavy day for you since yesterday.